This never happened.
Okay, let's see. Captain Adama
Yeah.
in a coma for a week. Well, lying on the
No, the point
bed
is,
for a week.
yeah, but that no. What I'm saying is the entire
What?
no,
I just made you an example of what you just said.
no. What
That's not what he meant.
What I meant is the
know.
entire. Let's say you have a whole season of what goes on, right? But then at the last episode, the guy wakes up from a coma, and the entire thing you just saw was in the guy's head.
Okay.
But this is him actually being, in a coma.
In a coma.
Inside the show. You know he's in it.
Well, I'm just saying.
Him coming up, it's not the end of the show. Saying, oh, I dreamt that, nothing actually happened.
Well,
I'm in Earth. There's no silence. I dreamt it all up.
I'm just saying, though.
Well, not that soap operas use that technique, though. You know, other movies or TV shows do that as well.
No, it just happens a lot in soap operas. They use those cheap tricks like that.
So now the next thing.
Anyways, yeah.
What's our last thing?
Two more.
No, we got two more.
Okay.
Plus one more that's not on there.
Oh, lasers? No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Next thing up is the Cylons themselves, which are kind of a big technological leap above what we have.
Yeah.
The human-shaped Cylons.
Oh, the human-shaped Cylons.
Or the robot.
Biomechanical.
The robot.
Yeah.
Well, the robot itself is a feat way past us.
Right.
Because they literally, just their hands themselves. Because they switch back and forth between a gun and a hand.
Oh, true.
So, I mean,
Yes.
that alone is kind of technically past us.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, seriously.
Wow.
You mean like a transformer?
Well, kind of, but no, it doesn't really transform. It just pulls the gun out from where it is and puts it back.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Like a transformer.
No.
It just folds out.
How's that big a deal? You got guns that
Well,
can
because
fit on
it
your hand.
is pretty small area of.
Well, sure, but
Well, no, their hand just basically flips into where the gun was, and
but
the
if you're
gun
dealing with
flips
a-
out.
You're talking about the metal Cylons.
Yeah.
correct? Yeah. Well, that's just. That's not,
It is to me.
They are Cyclops.
it'd be kind of neat.
They aren't really Cyclops.
They got one eye.
They got one long
Kind
eye.
of one visor type of.
Yeah. What about Geordie LaForge? There we go.
He is a Cyclops because he has no eye. He has one.
He has two eyes.
Optical. No, he can't eat, but they're broken.
Well,
No, but he can.
still see like us.
Well,
You think the
Kind of.
Cylons are depth perception? Have
I'm
depth?
sure they do.
Okay,
of
so
course they do. How they aim their
It's still
how they aim their machine guns.
yeah. Again,
radar.
why are they using machine guns?
Many reasons
Okay.
to use machine guns.
So, anyway,
Because they
we'll
were
get on that
designed
later.
in Caprica, that TV show,
I
which is not
understand
so
that.
much in the future.
Well, no, but they can make advanced robotic systems.
Right.
There's many reasons to use machine guns.
There's not many
All
reasons.
right, let's get through the other points, then
So,
we'll come back
yeah.
to this.
Cost cutting measures? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
right.
they were a.
Cylons are under a budget.
Yeah, 'cause
Actually, they probably were.
they were
but-
working for the government.
Yes.
As a third party.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, anyway, choice.
All right.
So,
Um,
besides the Cylons, the metallical ones,
So you talk about the human,
the human Cylons,
Cylons.
which is biomechanical.
the ones that look
And the
nice.
ships were actually biomechanical too.
Right.
The small ships, the Raiders,
The Cylon Raiders.
they had some biomaterial
Oh
inside.
yeah, because they get the shipping outside and the inside they're all
Yep.
goopy and
Yeah.
Yes.
tubes and blood flowing everywhere.
Yes.
And oxygen tubes.
Yep. Which someone was sucking on them.
That was
Starbuck.
Starbuck. Sucking on them tubes.
So anyway, choice. So yeah, biomechanical.
Yeah.
Way far away from us. We're getting close by.
Especially ones with such nice curves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's really way far ahead of us. Actually, allowing them to breed too would be a huge step forward. Because
Yeah.
that's just not even close to what we're at right now. Our biomechanical is literally sticking stuff inside us and seeing if it works.
But there, when you say you're saying like the human-looking Cylons are biomechanical.
The human-looking Cylons are biomechanical. They
And how
have
are they
silicone chips.
Do they actually have?
Yes, they have
Right.
silicone chips within them.
I wonder if they don't have actual bones. I wonder if they actually have metallic.
See,
But I thought when they, the first one that they did an autopsy of, the one that they found on that planet, where the ammunition dump, didn't they did not. They weren't able to tell
they
the
didn't do
difference.
the
I
autopsy.
was
No.
trying about the air vent.
But no,
No,
understand
no,
the magnetic storm did damage
No.
their chips, though. And that's
But
why
they
he was
did-
going
No,
psycho.
but they did do they did an autopsy on that first Cylon that they found.
Which one?
The guy that that Adama killed.
Oh, yeah.
And they couldn't find any differences
And they couldn't find no
until
differences.
until they, I think they burned it, the body, and they found some different chemical compounds in there. But when they were
what's
actually
his
doing
name?
an
The
autopsy,
scientist. What's the scientist's name?
Baltar, but he's not
Baltar.
the one that
No.
the
He did
ship's
make a
doctor
Cylon
did.
detector. So,
No, he didn't actually make a Cylon.
He did.
detector.
Yes,
said
he
it.
did.
It doesn't work.
But I mean,
It
his
works.
first. Well, I mean, his first one he did.
no.
He just, but
Yeah, he
later
just
did.
said it was.
Yeah, but they couldn't tell any difference just by looking
No.
at the body.
No.
So they weren't. I mean, they must have had actual bones. And
Well, I'm assuming that whatever they used, it
so
was...
would they have those mechanical?
Well, the whole body was mechanical. It
It was
wasn't...
artificially
It was
created.
it
artificially
was artificially
created.
created, but it was.
No, it was made of silicone and other stuff.
Well, there must have been some because they were able to detect it,
Exactly.
but it was mostly not really mechanical.
Well, that would be mechanical.
Oh.
Machines
If it
making...
was silicone, then it would be mechanical. 'cause
Yeah.
It's
It was a silicone-based life form.
not the endoderm.
Well, I don't know what the rest is. They did blood and everything else the same as ours. So...
No, because that's how Baltar could figure out.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but
He took a blood
because of
sample.
the certain chemicals running through the blood.
Right. What would
But they
have to
did
use
make
then?
blood close to ours.
Well,
So if you...
well, I'm assuming what they did was take an actual human person and then kind of use that as a basis.
Well, I'm sure they did. I'm sure they had all the medical records when they left... When they were driven out of...
Well, they didn't even need that, but I'm sure they just hijacked.
Well,
Close encounter.
they said they were never seen in 40 years,
Well,
wasn't it?
Because the witnesses were probably killed.
Well, okay.
But I mean, these aren't like in Terminator where they
No.
have. They look like humans, but they're
The
If you-
Multiple metal?
well, they have that. But if you look, I mean, you can.
You
You
tear
can
up
They
see that.
don't
yeah,
look-
then you can tell.
It's a
it. Then
robot
you can
with-
tell it. Whereas with these Cylons, you couldn't still
No.
tell. You'd have to go much deeper.
And that
than
was... Yeah, you would have to actually do tests to see.
Yeah.
All right.
So...
Not much
No.
argument there.
Yeah. Okay, now the argument. Here's my argument. Why would you use nukes in a fight when you're such technologically advanced? I do not understand it.
How many people have survived from those nukes
Quite a bit.
that weren't in the mountains?
I don't know.
It's an easy
Well,
way to
47,000 from Caprica
You can
alone
get rid of
are out of
7
the
million-
ships they found.
You can get rid of millions of people in a blink of an eye.
You mean in Battlestar Galactica?
Yeah,
But they were in a ship.
Yeah.
they were all in ships.
No, there's people walking around in Caprica.
Well, no, I'm talking about the 47,000 were all in ships.
Well, that's,
Plus all the ones left on the planet
yeah,
that
but
survived.
how many on the planet? Not very many.
The last episodes I watched, they just
They
found
tried
a
that-
huge...
That group of people?
Yes.
Yeah, because they were in the mountains.
No,
which
not
was
all of them.
Above the skyline.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Most of them
That-
were.
that's the
I mean, they
point
had
why they
some.
survived.
I mean, there's some that
They were
but-
using anti-red medication to cure them.
Well, for some they had to, I'm sure. Because there are probably some in the midway points.
And I'm sure there was other places that people
So we haven't
survived.
talked about that. So you can't just assume
Exactly.
that there are.
I can assume.
Because I can assume also that there wasn't.
Okay.
So it just...
But my
he said-
assimilation is better.
Mine is.
So,
Because I'm going
but
off
why
what
would
the
you
show
use
shows
nukes? You're
Why?
advanced...
Now you
I-
talk about viruses, right?
I'm talking about nanoviruses that can adapt and change to
Yeah,
their
why
surroundings.
would they want it? Why would the Cylons want to use those that could come back and attack them? Because they can adapt and change.
To humans.
Yeah, but the
Not
Cylons
to...
are the Cylons are so similar.
Well,
Right, it
no.
couldn't. He's saying that they could
But the
potentially
Cylons
harm
could have-
Cylons.
At the time when they didn't have the
And
humans...
once they're there, you
Copies.
can't really get rid of them, and you don't know what they're going to mutate into.
Well,
Unless you put an expiration date on them.
well, of
Like,
course,
uh,
like they should have done with the Cylons.
Oh, you this you're talking again about the failsafe.
Yeah. I mean, if
Like
you
if you
build
build-
robots, why wouldn't you put a failsafe in them?
In case they're, like what happens.
Maybe they got smart enough to turn it off.
Well, again, you make it so it ain't attached to where they can turn it off.
Again.
You just
How
attach
do you
it
know how they're-
straight to the power source.
But if a robot does become self-aware, there's probably more he can do against the shut-off switch than you can do.
Okay,
And, I
it's
mean,
like a light
because
switch.
look,
you go
look,
switch, it's off.
Here, just
Right.
listen.
But
Humans,
But
The
you have
light
to-
bulb can come
but
back
you
and
have
turn it
to-
back on.
humans built the Cylons.
Yes.
And this and
The Cylons
and the
built
Cylons-
human Cylons.
just wait. And the humans built the Cylons, and the humans built Cylons to do work for them.
Yes.
But the Cylons turned on the humans.
Okay.
So now you're
I
saying
understand that
Cylons
part.
should build these little nanobots to do work for them. Well, maybe the Cylons realized.
It wouldn't be doing work for them. It'd be a one-time shot.
Maybe the Cylons realize that when you do something like that, there's a danger of it.
Let's see. They can
Not working.
infect
No,
computer programs from a distance
Well, what
without
he's
even
saying-
touching them.
he's saying.
So why couldn't they do that with the nanobots?
I don't know what Brian is trying to say here. Is they don't want to repeat the same mistake.
They want to
Of
repeat the same
using-
mistake
Using another.
because they're God's children.
Right. But you could also say that the nanoites are also God's children.
Well, all I'm
just saying,
getting at
because
is
if a robot can, then a nanite can.
there could have been millions other ways they could have destroyed.
Not a million.
Yes.
No, there's not a million things you can come up with.
Yeah, I'm sure I could.
That would be that effective.
That would- yeah.
The technology that was already available, because they already had nuclear weapons. The humans had them, so they didn't have to develop them.
One nuke
And it was
to
easy.
do an
just-
FTL drop of a nuke straight into the planet's core.
You could do that.
Would have destroyed the planet. Do a FTL jump of a nuke straight into the sun.
Now, wouldn't nuking a core not make it explode?
Why?
I think don't the Cylons actually want the planet?
No, they want the people that's left on
No,
the
they want
planet.
People dead.
And they took
Yeah.
all the bodies. What do they do with the bodies? They must do something with them.
We already know.
So they want something.
There is something. That's
Okay. See?
later on in the series. They
Don't worry about
catch
that.
the females.
Yes,
So
and
they-
use them for breeding.
Right.
I understand that. I've just watched that.
So so they wanted right.
Yes. So they wanted people.
Yeah. So why wouldn't you use it? Why would you?
Why
use
would I
this
use
thing that-
nuke?
Why would you use these nanobots that you wanted to use that are going to kill everybody?
Okay. Design them for a specific DNA chain. Males only. I'm just saying.
See now you're putting all these conditions in there
You
that are
could.
silly.
Why is that silly?
Because-
We can make medicine right now that's designed for specified DNA. Why could you not make a virus designed for specified DNA? You could.
Is there a small amount of percentage of people that would be not affected by nano?
I'm
machines?
sure there would. Well, no, I doubt it.
Well,
These are
but-
nano machines.
Well, right, but with 6 billion people, with all the different compounds.
Well, and you take Ebola and you
Right.
spread it through 6 billion people, none
And
of them
there's-
are to be immune.
But why
No,
are you going to
some of
assume
them will
that
be.
the Cylons are going to spend? I mean,
That's why it
Ebola?
didn't kill everybody, because some people weren't affected.
Oh,
yeah,
I doubt that.
yeah. I don't know why you're so fascinated with these nanobots.
Well, I'm
Well, they
just
are
saying.
pretty cool things.
No, I know
but
they
I'm
are,
just,
but why?
I don't understand why they would use nukes. I don't understand this.
Cheaper.